Welcome, witches and wanderers, to the Morbid Witch Podcast, where shadows linger, myths breathe, and the unseen waits just beyond our vision. I'm Kari, and tonight we journey to the dark waters and billabongs of Australia, home to a creature that has haunted both Aboriginal Dreamtime stories and colonial imagination for centuries. Its name is whispered along the riverbanks and feared in the silence of the outback. It is the Bunyip. Before we begin, a note of respect. The Bunyip is deeply rooted in Aboriginal storytelling. The stories I share tonight are drawn from both oral histories and colonial records, and we honor their origins as more than just cryptid legend. In Aboriginal Dreamtime lore, the Bunyip is more than a monster. It is a spirit of the water, a guardian of rivers, swamps, and billabongs. Across Australia, each region has its own version. In some, it protects sacred waters from those who would harm them. In others, it is a cautionary tale for children. Do not wander near the river alone. The name Bunyip itself may derive from words in the Kulin language, translating roughly to devil or evil spirit, though it has been used interchangeably to describe the creature and its role as a supernatural force. The Bunyip is said to emerge from the water at night with eyes that glow like fire, a voice that can mimic cries for help, and a body that shifts, sometimes described as part amphibian, part marsupial, and part unknown. In Aboriginal culture, these stories serve both as warnings and as spiritual teaching. Children who respect the water and the land are safe. Those who do not might encounter the Bunyip, a spirit of consequence and mystery. European settlers in the 19th century often misinterpreted Aboriginal tales. By the 1840s, newspapers across Victoria and New South Wales were reporting sightings of a gigantic water-dwelling monster. Witnesses described it as a dark, slippery creature lurking near rivers and swamps, emitting booming cries and leaving enormous footprints in the mud. In 1845, the Geelong Advertiser published a report of a man who claimed he saw a bunyip dragging itself along the riverbank, its eyes shining in the moonlight. He described a head like a horse, a shaggy mane, and the size of a large bull. Skeletons were occasionally found, usually misidentified seals or large marsupial remains, but they only added fuel to the myth. Some of these remains even made their way into museums, labeled as bunyip bones, stoking fascination in the scientific community of the time. These early accounts blurred the line between myth, cryptid, and misunderstood biology. Settlers were terrified, Aboriginal elders were cautious, and the legend of the Bunyip continued to grow in both fear and curiosity. Descriptions of the Bunyip vary widely. Some claim it has a dog-like face, flippers, and a long tail. Others report tusks or horns, a shaggy coat, or glowing eyes. Researchers have speculated that sightings might have been inspired by real animals. Extinct marsupials like the diprotodon, giant monitor lizards, or even seals that ventured inland during floods. Yet none fully explain the eerie consistency of eyewitness accounts. The Bunyip's voice, its elusive presence, and the feeling of dread it inspires in those who glimpse it. For cryptozoologists, it represents a tantalizing mystery, a creature that might exist beyond scientific documentation. For folklore enthusiasts, it's a living symbol of the dangers of the wild and the power of storytelling itself. Even today, the Bunyip continues to make its presence felt. Modern sightings, though rare, are reported along remote rivers and creeks in Victoria and New South Wales. Some adventurers report a shadow gliding beneath the water surface, large footprints on muddy banks, or sudden, inexplicable cries that echo through the trees. Artists, authors, and filmmakers have embraced the Bunyip, from children's picture books to horror anthologies. Yet in Aboriginal communities, the Bunyip remains sacred, a reminder of the unseen spirits that watch over the land and the water. The Bunyip embodies our fear of the unknown, the mysteries that linger just beyond the riverbank, and the stories that survive when humans fail to see or respect what lies beneath. And so the Bunyip remains, a creature of water, myth, and imagination. Whether it exists as a living being, a spirit, or a cautionary tale, it teaches us that the wilderness is never empty, and the shadows along the river's edge are always watching. Thank you for joining me tonight on the Morbid Witch Podcast. You can follow the show on TikTok and YouTube for more dives into myth, cryptids, and haunted stories across the globe. Until next time, stay strange, stay spooky, and remember, the shadows are always watching.